Tonight, we're digging deeper into the past of Justin Johnson. This was not the rapper's first brush with the law. Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is live outside Makeda's Cookies.
Daniel, you spent the day diving into Johnson's record. Tell us what you found.
Yes, as we show you this next piece of the puzzle, if you're at home wondering how in the world Justin Johnson was out of jail at the time Young Dolph was killed, well, the district attorney today providing an answer.
Justin Johnson, now age 23, has, let's just say, a history. His rap sheet starts at age 17. In 2015, he caught an aggravated rape charge. District Attorney Amy Wyrick.
The victim in that case was a woman at an Econo Lodge.
That landed him on the registry of violent sex offenders. He was also then put into the Department of Children's Services. He was under that agency until age 19. And then in 2017, he shot 3 people at the Billy Hardwick bowling alley. He pled guilty to that and was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but he didn't serve 5 years.
He did 9 months on a 5-year sentence.
Fresh out of jail with leniency shown, the crimes did not end. Months later, in May of 2018, Johnson was arrested with a handgun and illegal drugs. He bonded out the very next day for $7,500, only to be indicted in 2018 by the federal government for gun charges. Was then back to prison for Johnson to sit until his release last May, just 6 months before investigators say he gunned down Young Dolph. As for those wondering why Johnson was even out of jail, DA Amy Wyrick says the answer is simple.
Because of the laws of the state of Tennessee.
As we bring you back out live, the Memphis Mayor, Jim Strickland, he on Good Morning Memphis is stressing what you just heard the district attorney say, that some of the crimes that we're seeing are even possible because of the laws on the books right now. Reporting live in Memphis, Daniel Wilkerson, Fox 13 News.
Thank you, Daniel. Our coverage on the people police say are involved in Young Dolph's death is not done. Coming up at 9:30, more of this exclusive video and details of Cornelia Smith's arrest in South Haven last month. For all that information we have so far on these suspects and anything involved with Young Dolph's death, go to our website, fox13memphis.com.